So hey y'all, this is part 3 of I Gotta Be Crazy Too, because I've married a sicko um, twice, 2 times, y'all, and unfortunately I still am. Okay, so I left off where we had gotten married and I was still here in Birmingham and he was stationed in Norfolk, Virginia. So after contracting STDs and hearing things about him and him just being just a really sneaky person, I still married him anyway. So that's where I left off. So as I mentioned before, I used to like to go out. I had a circle of friends, and then I've always hung with my cousins and stuff. And anyway, we were newly married, and I had went out and I saw this guy. You know, I would dance and stuff like that, but I never did have an extramarital affair. But I was dancing with this guy, and we knew each other from school, from high school, and from church. So we were dancing, and he just kept on asking me to leave with him and go somewhere with him, and I was like, no, I can't, because I'm married, and I was faithful in my marriage. But he kissed me. Hi. He kissed me, and I kissed him back, and at the club, and my cousin saw me, and she was like, I don't like that, kid. I don't like that. And I felt an instant moment of regret, because that just was not something that I needed to be doing, especially as a married person. But I was so consumed with guilt that I did tell the sicko. And y'all would have think that I had killed somebody, and that he was just this innocent person that never did me wrong, never cheated on me, never did anything to me, and I was just the lowest of the low. That, and he cried and blamed me and told me how disgusting I was, and how he can't believe that he married somebody like me. And I mean, he really made me feel bad. I already felt bad anyway, but I begged for forgiveness. I was like, please, I promise you, I did not have sex with him. I did not do this. I did not do this. Please, please, please forgive me. And I mean, I actually was on my knees, groveling, holding on to his leg and crying, and like, please forgive me. And then that same night, because he had come home, and one of his friends stopped by. He was extremely jealous of this friend. I mean, like, he was jealous of everybody, but this one particular friend of his, he was really jealous of him. I don't know what it was, but when I think about it, he was jealous of everybody, any of his friends, and it was just unreal. He would accuse me of having sex with his friend, um, just anybody, any man, and I never been one to just take anything that somebody said, and but because he was my husband, I felt that I had to prove myself to him. I had to make him believe in me, and I regret that. I regret feeling obligated to his insecurities, to his feelings about himself. I felt like I could fix it for a long time. I felt like I could fix it. I could fix it. And I couldn't. It was an uphill battle from the start, and I didn't know that. But anyway, so his friend that he's extremely jealous of, and he's accused me of having sex with this guy and everything. And I'm kind of angry with his friend too, because he used to use my car. I had this white Ford Escort, and I used to, because I'm just that kind of person, y'all, I would let people, like I said, material stuff never really meant anything to me. I used to let his friend use my car. I don't know who he was going to see. I assumed it was the girl that he married. I don't know. So I told this to the SICKO later on when we got together the second time. I was like, yeah, your friend used to use my car. He acted like that was just a crime. Like, oh my God, why you didn't tell me? Why you didn't tell me that you was letting him use your car? I know you was effing him. I know you was doing. And I was like, I don't know who he went to see. I didn't care, because I consider him a friend of the family. He was your friend. So I didn't have nothing to do. I was at home taking care of our son. I didn't care if he used my car. I didn't care who he was going to see. That's just the kind of person I am. If I got it, you can use it. I don't care, So anyway, he made a big deal out of that. And his friend to this day is, you got it wrote up? Thank you. All right. So, anyway, his friend, I'm on my lunch break, y'all. Don't think I'm just sitting here at work making videos. That's another disclaimer. I'm on my lunch break. I'm caught up on all of my work. I'm just enjoying lunch, and I'm not going anywhere. I already ate my warm-up meal that I had, so I've got about 15 minutes left. So anyway, he was so jealous of all of his friends. He used to just I don't know what it is. It's something in him that he's just a very, very jealous person. So anyway, his friend, evidently, he mentioned this to his friend. From what I'm told, I never know. I sent his friend a friend request on Facebook to say why he lied and said he never used my car to go see his wife. I don't know what the narrative was of how the sicko presented it to him, but he knows that he used my car. Who he went to see, I don't know, and I don't care. But don't make me out to be a liar or a cheater or anything like that. I had one incident where I kissed someone else while I was married, and that's it. And I never cheated on him again. Now, y'all can say that I've cheated on him because we're still legally married, but he lives with a whole person. And oh my God, when y'all hear all of this stuff, y'all will be like, man, he deserves whatever he get. But that's not why I'm doing this. Like I said, this is a healing journey for me. Okay, so the friend that I let use my car that says I never did, him and his wife showed up in the end of us having this, me crying, him crying, me confessing that I kissed somebody else and all of that stuff. So we kind of made it like it was all right, but it was just awkward. So after that, he went back, we made up. So I thought, well, I never knew his secret life that he was having. So anyway, I gotta end this because I gotta get back to work, y'all. But anyway, my heart was broken when I received a call. And you know, back in the day, you had calling cards and you could look at your phone bill and see so many, whoever you called, what phone number, how long you stayed on the phone. You know, you used to get this long bill from South Central Bell or Bell South or whatever. So this lady called me and she said, hello, is this Mrs. Howard? And I was like, yes. And she said, hey, Mrs. Howard, you sound so young. And I was like, I am. Who is this and why are you calling me? And she told me her name. She said that she was in the Navy and she saw my number on her calling card bill. And she saw that the sicko called this number all the time. So he told her that I was his mom, and his mom kept his son, and that that's why she saw all of those calls on there. So she was like, okay. So they were living together. Now me and him are married, and I'm on my knees groveling, crying because I kissed somebody else, and he had a whole full relationship. This lady would send gifts to our son. He had pictures and everything of them together. And on top of that, after her calling me, we figured out that he's a liar and a cheater, which I already knew. But I was devastated because of how he made me feel when I told him that I had kissed somebody else. So of course I was all kind of bees, all kind of whores, all kind of sluts, and I took it because I was so guilty. When all along, and wait, on top of that, she wasn't the only one. I had found letters from this other lady that was writing him He was in Maine. He had been stationed in Maine at one time. He had a whole relation. He had about 4 different women that I found out about all at one time. And of course, the going thing was, that's not for me. The going thing was, he only slept with them one time. Oh, it didn't mean nothing. And, y'all, like I said, I had to be crazy. I had to be crazy too. But I'm going to stop calling myself crazy because I was not equipped to deal with a cheater, number one. Plus, I had not seen any healthy marriages. Yeah, almost everybody in my family was married, but they were all dysfunctional. Lots of cheating, lots of fighting, lots of arguing. I didn't know how to be a successful wife. No, I never saw my mom cheat on anybody. I never saw a lot of men. My mama never brought men around us unless she was gonna marry him. Seriously, I had 2 stepdads, so I never saw her with any men or anything like that. And it's just that I saw, like I said, a lot of arguing, a lot of fussing, a lot of fighting, a lot of not getting along. And I was determined that I was not going to have babies by different people. All of my children are going to have the same father. I'm going to tough it out because that's what you do. God hates divorce. So you just got to stick it through. And I can change him. I can change him. But Lord, that was just the beginning. Oh my God. So anyway, this is part 3. I got to get back to work, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.